So this is a 2007 Bentley Flying Spur. This is the Mulliner pack car, which means you get the Mulliner, or the massive Mulliner split wheels. You get some upgrades on the inside, which I'll show you in a second. You get a bit of higher spec. There were a lot of money out the door, the Mulliner cars. Finished in a very nice metallic olive green. I'll detail in the description exactly what the colour is, but it's gorgeous in the sunlight. You see there, it's got a lovely metallic to it. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. The car was driven to us. It was driven from about 140, 150 miles away. It seems to be one of the cleanest ones I've seen in a long time. It's really, really nice. A really rare colour. I've not seen this colour on a flying Spur before. Seen it on GTs, but I've not seen it on the four-door. It suits it really well, a lot better than the usual silvers. So starting with the bodywork, this front bumper, nothing at all to worry about there, nice and clean. Tiny, tiny, tiny little scratch there. We're going to be really picky, but you go that far away, you can't see it. Arch is excellent. There's no signs of any marks or corrosion or anything there. Looking down the side of the car, you can see lovely and straight. The wheels could arguably do with a bit of a refurb. There's a couple of little scuff marks on them here and there, but they've got 4 good Pirelli P0s on them. But you just want to get those refurbed just to clean the rest of the car right up. Going along the lower half, it's not been rammed up a curb or anything. That's all nice and clean. Driver's door, no signs of any marks or anything in that. No one's caught the corner of the wing mirror or anything like that. You do have a small scratch on the very top of the wing mirror, which again, if you pull away, you can't even see. You've got to get quite close to notice it. Chrome line along the top of the windows is like new. That's gorgeous. There's no pitting or anything in that. That's lovely all the way along, as you can see. Unusually, it does have clear glass. I don't think I've ever seen a Flying Spur with clear glass. I'm presuming that's a special order, but we'll double check. It is worth pointing out that just in the corners, so these are double glazed, in the corners here, you've got a little bit of almost oxidization where the bit of air's got in. From what I understand, it's a relatively common problem. Doesn't get any moisture or anything like that in it. We've washed the car, there's no steam or anything appeared. It just shows a little bit of an off colour. This black trim on the door is nice and clean. There's no signs of any marks or anything like that. That's not been covered in fingerprints. Rear door does have a very small mark just here. Oh, and I have missed. There is a small scratch on that little glass black bit. Charlie was quite happy to point that out as soon as I've missed it. Around the door handles is good. That's not been opened with keys in the hands or anything like that. It is keyless. You've got the more modern Mulliner style key. So you've just got it in your pocket, the car will open and all that sort of stuff. This rear wheel is better, but it does have a little bit of lack appeal here. So like I say, if you're going to get one of them done, you might as well get all 4 done. But the rear arch is nice and clean all the way around. There is a tiny little scratch, which actually was a bit of dry polish, so we'll remove that for free for you. Then looking down the side, you can see nice and straight all the way down. And you do have a very, very slight scuff here, which doesn't even show up on the camera at all. Lower half of this bumper is all nice and clean. Nothing at all to complain about there. Onto the rear, taillights are lovely and bright. It's got the later Mulliner sort of diamond style lights in it and the bigger B on it. Twin chrome pipes there, all nice and clean. It's got the original Broughton's of Surrey dealer plates on it. Now, the boot lid is a massive area, so quite often on these and the GTs, you'll see them with dents and scratches and things from cats, but this is all lovely and clean. Especially this lip, all nice and crisp. There's no signs of any marks or anything on there. All the way around the bottom, there's a very, very small scratch there where something's caught going into the boot. But we are being really picky because this is a very, very tidy car. Makes for a boring video, but it makes for a very, very nice car. Onto the passenger side, that's massive C-pillar, all nice and clean. And again, down this side, you can see nice and straight, no signs of any dents or anything. It's not been left in car parks, this car. Again, a little bit of lack appeal on the wheel. Another good Pirelli P0. Sill again, all nice and clean. Rear passenger door, no signs of any marks at all on there, lovely. Around the handles on both. Front and rear handles on this side are all good. Gloss black trim again, nice. Tiny little mark there, before Charlie points it out for me. Now the glass on this side isn't as bad. There's a tiny little bit here. And a tiny little bit in the top corner. But other than that, it's nothing. I mean, it's barely even noticeable. I would imagine if there was tints on there, I know we've pointed out there isn't, you wouldn't even notice that was there. Going on to the driver's door, Oh, passenger side, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. It's all nice and clean, no signs of any marks or anything. Again, another clean wing mirror. It's not been grazed along any walls or anything like that. And this front passenger arch, all nice and clean. Again, a little bit of lacquer peel on the wheel. Good Pirelli P0 on it. Onto the front. So these slightly later cars had better lenses on the headlights, so they don't need polish. They're all nice and clean. It has the Mulliner chrome grille on it. It has the nicer B badge on it with the snazzy way of opening the bonnet, so that lifts as you pull the bonnet. But we'll get there in a second. Front and rear parking sensors. It's got the headlight upgrade. It is a Mulliner, which is the better spec, so we'll go out in the interior and I'll show you that. So part of the Mulliner is you get the aluminium door tread plates. You get the embossed seats with the diamond stitching. The front seats are 3-way memory, about 1,000,000-way adjusting, even with the bolsters. Air bolsters on the back, and massaging, and heated seats. But to Bentley, you'd expect it. It has the darker wood, and then it's got the two-tone interior. So you've got cream with the body-coloured leather. It does have the green roll top on the dash. And it doesn't have the Mulliner aluminium dash, which you could option, but actually personally I prefer the wood. It is the saloon, not the GT, so it makes more sense. You've got the two-tone steering wheel with the multi-function, and again, part of the Mulliner spec was these nailed additions. So instead of a normal aluminium bit, you got a nailed bit because you might have forgotten you're in a Bentley, I guess. Part of the Mulliner is you also get the nicer Breitling clock, and it's got all of the toys in it. So nav, let's say front and rear parking, cruise, auto lights, auto mirrors. It's got the sports suspension, the electric adjusting suspension, so you can lift it up if you've got a steep driveway, and the rear blind, which when you press the button goes up and down. Quite often they can catch and be a bit of a problem, but there's nothing wrong with that one. And again, this one, which I've never ever seen on a flying Spur. I did have somebody else here today who pointed that out straight away. It does have electric sunroof, which I don't think I've ever seen. Into the rear. So again, nice big door. Heated rear seats with massage and electric adjusting. So again, that's quite an expensive option. It does have the green carpet pack as well, which is gorgeous. It has the center console with the cup holders and the additional buttons on there for your lighting, as well as full rear air, so air conditioning. So it's 4-zone controlled. Every passenger can have different temperature. It does have the window defogger, so if you're in the back chatting away and it fogs up, hit that button, that'll clear it for you. Absolutely colossal boot. It does have all the stuff you'd want in there, so it's got your toolkit. These didn't come with a spare wheel, it came with a tyre saver kit, as seems to be the way with modern cars. And then on top of that, you've got your lovely Bentley carpet, nicely smoothed down by Charlie, and the leather-clad warning triangle, which is about the most Bentley thing I've ever seen, as well as electric closed boot. Other side of the rear, again, you've got that door card, all lovely and clean. Condition-wise, it's gorgeous. There's not a mark on the seats in the rear at all. It's really nice and clean. Headlining is leather, cream leather. You can almost guarantee there's been no kids in there, because that wouldn't last very long, would it? Backs of the seats, all lovely and clean. No signs of any foot marks or anything like that. The carpets are gorgeous too. Front passenger again gets memory, adjusting, massaging, heating seats. All this bottom of the glove box and everything is all nice and clean. That's not been knocked apart or anything like that. There we go. I will detail all the service history and everything in the description, so if you've got any questions on that one, let us know. We'll have a look under the engine bay and we'll get it started up. So this is the 6-litre twin turbo. Not slow, as you can imagine. There's not a huge amount of seats, all covered in cases, but it is quite a pretty looking thing. Charlie will start that up for us now. So there you go, starts up on the button. If we go around the back, you'll see there's no smoke or anything like that. Charlie, give it a little rev. There you go, nothing at all there. And most importantly, we've got no warning lights on the dash. These things are prone with EPC faults and things like that. None of that at all. All the pixels are there on both the screens. Exactly what you'd want to see. Like I say, it was driven to us, I think it was about 120, 130 miles, something like that. Really nice example of a flying spare. Don't really know how you could get much more in the way of luxury for the money. If you've got any inquiries, any questions, please get in touch. Happy to send more pictures, happy to do a video call, whatever you need, just let us know. Thanks.